Welcome to the Taste Like Homebrew podcast. Today you're going to hear a series of interviews about the Eastside Beer Week. It's a beer week going on with just Eastside breweries that are located just on the 405 in the greater Seattle area. So Sam and I were lucky enough to get invited to the release of the beer and the kind of the startup of the beer week. So got a whole bunch of interviews. Sit back and enjoy, and cheers.
But anyway.
There's your running start right there.
Oh, there's my running start that I wanted. So, James, you are here from Eastside Beer Week.
That's correct.
I saw how you checked the hat just to make sure that you had it correctly.
And for all those that are listening, I have a hat on that says Eastside.
Yes.
It doesn't say Beer Week, it just says Eastside.
Yes.
He could be just a fan of any Eastside. Chicago.
I like
St.
to
Louis.
stick to east of Seattle.
There you go.
Yeah.
405. That's
405,
what it says on there.
So, what are we doing here today?
Well, I'm going to drink this beer over here real quick.
Well,
That's what
this
I'm doing.
is the beginning of the third year for Eastside Beer Week. Eastside Beer Week came from my wife, Danica, and I. We were just talking at a brewery about how nothing happens on the east side. Nothing happens along the 405 celebrating the breweries on this side. And we absolutely love all these breweries, but nothing happens. So we decided to talk to the brewers. And we gathered them up in 2018 and made it a community effort. So I told them that I would like to do this. I will support you, but this is going to be for you, not for me.
Yeah.
So I'm here for you.
Awesome.
And they kind of set the ground rules. And I said, that's great. I will follow those ground rules, and I will move forward. And we celebrate the breweries up and down the 405, even if they're not having events during Eastside Beer Week. And Eastside Beer Week this year is July 22nd through the 31st.
Awesome.
All right.
So it's like a series of events that you guys have going on that kind of help bring people out to different breweries on the east side. What kind of events do you guys have set up for this year?
Yeah, well, we have quite a few. So this year, Postdoc Brewing in Redmond.
Which we are right now, for those that can hear a little bit of background noise.
Yeah, we're clearly at a brewery right now.
So they're the ones that are doing the official beer this year. So the first year we had Black Raven, second year we had Crucible, third year is Postdoc, but Postdoc collaborated with several other breweries to make this great citrus IPA that they have.
And it is a delightful beer.
Yes, it's very good.
Super juicy, a lot of citrusy. It's been a good beer. I like it.
It's called East vs. Zest. And so Postdoc has 9 events in 10 days, which is crazy. But the taproom manager, Jason, he goes all out every single year. So this year's really no different, even though they're doing the beer, but he definitely loves events. But throughout the beer week, we have beer and cake pairings, we have cheese and beer pairings, we have beer yoga, we have many different kinds. But if you just go to eastsidebeerweek.com /events, you can find all the events listed. Plus, I forgot, we have a beer historian over at Foggy Noggin.
I've been seeing that on Twitter and on Instagram. Because I follow Foggy Noggin on a lot of things, and they're one of the OG breweries, and that looks exciting.
I definitely would check that out. Very limited. It is ticketed, though, so get your tickets.
So get that now.
Yeah.
Say. Beer historian, that excites me. As a historian myself, as just a guy with a history degree, because, what else am I doing in my life besides get a history degree? Beer history is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
You know, another cool thing that we're doing, or actually this is the third year doing it, is a 5K run to support a local nonprofit.
Okay.
Down in Renton, actually.
Ooh.
Oh.
Where are they running in Renton?
Yeah, it's Four Generals and Dubtown Brewing.
Oh, there you go.
They're hosting the 5K run, and this year they're supporting Sustainable Renton. So, again, go to eastsidebeerweek.com and check out the events, and we'll run for beer. We'll showcase the event.
You know what? I love to see Renton getting involved because we live in Renton, and we actually are walking distance to Dubtown and Four Generals. So it just excites me that these breweries would get involved with Eastside Beer Week.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of in our backyard now,
It's running. I'm not going to do it because my fat ass doesn't run.
I mean, I might do it.
There you go.
But you know what? You can run for beer or you can walk for beer.
Yeah,
That's true.
walking for beer is also an option.
I'm curious about the route that it goes through Renton down there. So it's just Eastside Beer Week.
Either way, you got to earn your beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a
exactly.
scooter. Can I scoot for beer?
Sure, if you got a scooter.
Yeah, I do.
Bring it.
That was
Yeah.
our drunk COVID buy.
Yes, that was.
Maybe like the first couple weeks when you're just at home doing nothing. Let's buy a scooter.
Yeah.
Seemed like
I've had
really
a
good
late
idea.
night lime after a brewery
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So I just want to curious a few things about the East Side in general and the beer scene. So how many breweries are on the East Side?
There's 30 plus.
Okay.
We got there's a couple that are just popping up out of their garages, and it's amazing.
Well, that's one of them that's here, right?
Yeah, Underground Brewing is here. There's another one. Well, Foggy Noggin, he's been
That's
doing
like
it.
OG
for-
in the
yeah. And then there's another one in Bothell called Four Stitch Brewing. And he does it out of his garage as well.
So I don't. You may or may not know. So are those considered technically Snohomish County? Because I know King County has a bunch of weird rules about garage.
I'm not sure what side of
The line. It's
the
on.
line they are, but I think they're just north of.
Okay,
if
that
I'm
makes sense.
correct.
So I know a lot of the breweries in the King County area got in trouble 10
Yeah.
years ago for doing that. That's why we have no more Strong Arm and what's the other one in Renton?
Herbert Be Friendly.
Yeah, Be Friendly. So they would have been East Side breweries, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
would have been. Yeah. I had a question for you. So, just to give a little bit of background, when we started this podcast, it was me and Matt, and we're married, sitting at a brewery, and we were kind of like checking off a list of a wobble map of all the different Washington breweries we'd been to, and we were like, well, why don't we start a blog about it? And the blog turned into the podcast, and that's how we got kind of here today. So I was just curious, what brewery were you guys at when you came up with the Eastside Beer Week? Were you in an Eastside brewery, or?
You know, we talked about it in multiple locations. I know that we actually were talking about it here in Postdoc at one point. I know we were in Metier at one point. There's quite a few breweries that we had this discussion at.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until we got home, after all these discussions, we started, okay, what do we need to do to get this done? Yes, it started the conversation at breweries, but we ended finalized it at home because you got to, away from the beer, we were able to finalize.
Make some more coherent
Yes.
decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And with all this brewery hopping, I have a 4-year-old, and he's actually grown up in the breweries and actually wineries and distilleries because I work for Woodinville Wine Country.
Okay.
So I get to work with a whole bunch of great craft beverage companies. But my son's been to over 100 breweries.
Wow, that's
a good
impressive.
start for 4
yeah.
years. That's
4 years old. And at week 2, he was in Fort George doing a brewery tour.
Hey, all right.
But also background. We were married at Fort George.
Yeah, we got married
there you
there,
go.
so
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's-
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have any beer right now though. The problem with this.
No one on the radio knows or listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hear the clink.
Yeah.
But it's because I drank all of it. That's my problem.
Yeah.
It's delightful. It's warm today. The
Yes.
beer is cold. It's just a real zesty, kind of just a lot of pops with a lot of fruitiness.
Yep.
Just love that.
Very
It's
good beer.
Great summertime
Well,
beer.
I know you've got an event here that you're kind of working right now, so we don't want to keep you for too long. Is there anything else you wanted to plug
So
or
website
mention?
is eastsidebeerweek.com.
Yep, eastsidebeerweek.com, and check out the events. And our major sponsor this year is Ziply Fiber, and we're very appreciative for all their help.
Awesome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
making this happen, both you and Ziply. So,
Cheers.
yeah,
All right,
cheers.
Thank
Thank
you so much.
All right.
There you go. Do you want me to continue with that joke I just did, Sam?
No, I think we can just go ahead and get started. So we have now Jason
Yep.
here from Postdoc.
Fucking Frank keeps telling you your name is Jonathan.
No, that's not right.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
so
Frank.
I mean, I might answer to it for a beer.
I think he's just trying to screw
Yeah.
with me. I'm like, Reverend Jason. He's like, it's not Jason, it's Jonathan. Don't you do that.
Yeah. I get James a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. A lot of the J names
It's
are
a
they're pretty
J-A.
close.
you
Yeah.
know, there's an
yeah,
S in
I
there.
get the James, the Justins, and the Johns mixed up a
Yeah.
lot.
Just don't call me, Keith.
Yeah,
Sorry, any Keiths out there. Just
just that's where you
yeah,
draw the line.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
a Family Guy joke who was like, what's the ugliest guy name? And he's just like, Keith.
Yeah, that might have been where I got it.
Keith is the ugliest name you can have.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we have
Apologies to all
James from
Keiths out there.
Postdoc.
Yep.
And so tell us a little about yourself. Tell us about your job here at Postdoc.
Yeah,
and-
sure. So I'm the taproom manager here at Postdoc. I've been here 4.5 years. Left a job in the retail industry to come here, and best decision I've ever made besides meeting and marrying my wife. So. Yeah, it's been awesome for me. So, yeah, we're here today to pre-release to you guys our beer, the East versus Zest, which we brewed in collaboration with Eastside Beer Week. So each year, a different brewery is kind of the host brewery and brews the Eastside Beer Week beer. So it's finally our turn. So
All right.
here we are. So yeah, kind of just here to talk about everything we have going on for the week. Eastside Beer Week starts officially on Friday and then goes till the following Sunday, so 10 days. And over those 10 days, we have 9 events. So we're going to be super busy around here.
You have 9 events located here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Starting on Friday and then ending on July 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are there any of the events that you're particularly excited for?
I mean, they all kind of have their own special flair. We have some charitable events. We have some beer pairing events with different types of food. We got trivia nights. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah, it looks like you guys have a lot of collaborations with other small businesses
Yeah.
in the area, like the Craft Beer Bakery.
Yep.
Looks like you guys are doing something there.
Yep. So yeah, with Craft Beer Bakery, that'll be on Saturday, July 23rd, I believe, from 12 to 2. So.
22nd, I
Oh,
think.
22nd. Yeah, sorry. I should have a calendar in front of me.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So Craft Beer Bakery was founded by my wife, Jessica.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
That's your wife
Is that
over
what
there?
we're eating right now?
What's that?
Is that what you're eating right now, or
The cake?
yeah?
Yeah, that was
Oh.
that was made by her.
Oh, that's
So-
a wonderful cake.
Yeah,
Delicious.
she just started her business in May, actually. So she's been just kind of partnering with us, just kind of getting started and testing the market and all that. So her deal is she makes beer-infused desserts. So she's been doing this for a couple years. She went to culinary school, and part of her final project was actually in a beer cake. So she's kind of been at it for a couple years and decided to finally take the plunge and start it professionally. So,
Oh,
so
cool.
this will be her first proper beer and cake pairing. So she's done a couple like events here where she just sells cake here, but this one will be with us, and we will serve 4 slices of cake and 4 beers. And the 4 beers that we're going to serve with the cake are actually inside of the cake. So you can take a sip of beer, taste the cake, and then try to find the flavors that you taste in the beer in the cake. So
As a fat guy, that might be the best thing I've ever heard in my
I think
life.
that's like officially Matt's new favorite dessert.
I don't know if you
experience.
could be sexually attracted to an event, but
Possibly.
I think I am right now.
Honestly, like our friends both love and hate us because we bring cake and beer. I mean, I got the brewery part, she's got the dessert part, and they
that's
equally
power couple
love
right
us
there.
and
Yeah.
hate us because we both enhance and destroy their lives all at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
the power couple.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's just kind of the beer experience in
Yeah.
a nutshell.
Yeah.
I used to have a crush on the Obamas, but I might be changing now to
Oh.
you guys.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
there's beer and cake involved.
There's a power discrepancy there. I don't think we're quite there yet.
soon. The
Yeah.
more beer and the more cake there is.
I don't know. You guys are like the official brewery of the Eastside Beer Week, so you're moving on up.
Well, that's only for the next 12 months, and then next year it'll be someone else. So, I mean, we could ride that coattail as long as possible, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like being a national champion and something. You're the champion for like the entire 12 months, even if it's the next season. You're still that champion though until
Yeah.
there's a new one that's been crowned.
Yeah.
So you're the champ.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah. Do you have a crown for me, or?
The dog had a
Oh,
crown.
the dog.
though.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, the
Dash
dog
does have
had
a
one.
crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dash was our original. So we used to have a program called Postdoc Pup of the Month, where people would submit their dogs and hashtag it Postdoc Pup.
We have tried that before. We did.
Oh,
it
have you?
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so
did not win.
it was super fun for a couple years, and we would have a different dog every month. And at the end of the year, we would vote on the dogs. Well, the public would vote on the dogs, and then we would have a Pup of the Year. So Dash won the first Pup of the Year, but in 2020, I guess it was, the voting got really intense, and it was picked up by some like Russian bots. And
Oh,
so we went to
no.
bed, and it was like 200 votes for this dog and 150 votes for this dog, which we're like, yeah, that seems about right. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
popular
yeah.
contest. Lots of people have entered. The next morning, there was like 2,800 for one of the dogs. And we started looking at all the profiles, and they were in a foreign language that I couldn't identify, and none of them had any followers themselves, and it just got all really suspicious. And then one side accused the other, and it just was like...
So it kind of starts
so-
to ruin the fun of it. by
Right,
that
and
point,
so-
yeah.
I think
You
that's
know.
super exciting and should be a podcast alone. Like
Yeah.
2020 pup
Stories untold.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. the official pup contest.
This
Yeah.
is This
Yeah.
is like
the
one-
untold story.
Someone probably got murdered in there. There's gonna be a murder mystery about this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Dash always comes and brings his crown wherever he's here because he was the very first postdoc pup of the year. So that was the crown that we got him. That was, 2016 that must have been? So, yeah.
I remember we actually made it here for the postdoc opening night, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
A long time ago.
Seems like
Yeah, back in December.
Yeah.
In
You guys,
You guys been at it for a while now.
Yeah. There was I came on right during our 3rd anniversary week, so that was kind of my first week was the 3rd anniversary, and I've been here since. So there's 3 years of history that I'm vaguely familiar with just from hearing stories and all that.
Well, it looks like you guys have expanded quite a bit over the last year or so.
Yeah,
the
it's been awesome.
Have really grown up out there.
Yeah, we used to have just a little tiny beer garden out in the front where all the parking lot is. And over COVID, when they were no indoor dining or anything, they said, move your business outside, do whatever you need to make it work. So they were really gracious with us, the city, the landlord, the LCB. It was all great. So
awesome.
We've kind of leaned into it, and now it's kind of the place to be these days when it's nice out.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are kind of one of the few remaining breweries out in this area. This used to be kind of a bigger brewery area, and it's kind of so it's good to see somebody surviving and thriving out here and doing really well. So.
Yeah, we're excited to still be here.
Yeah.
It was a little rocky there for a little while, but
we're well aware. So everything's good though with Postdoc now.
Yeah, absolutely.
The future is green and
so far,
that's what I wanna hear.
We're liking the beer that we're making. We're liking the experience we provide.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, we're feeling really good about it.
So a little bit more about Eastside Beer Week. How did they reach out to you guys to do this, or did you guys have to bid on? Did you get Russian bots to?
Oh yeah, we didn't pay for any bots to win the nomination. No,
there's collusion behind this, isn't there?
Yeah.
How did you guys go about with selecting the beer? Do you know kind of the story behind that at all?
Yeah. So James, the organizer, who I think you just had on, he reached out to us and asked if we were interested in brewing it this year. And there's not a ton of breweries that have mostly the production to do that. So there's a bunch of breweries on the east side, but a lot of them are small enough where they don't have a distribution model or a system that really facilitates brewing this much beer. So James reached out to us, and then we just kind of had a planning meeting. And anytime you do a big collaboration beer, it's always IPA because that's what sells.
Yeah.
But as brewers, we kind of get tired of just okay, more IPA. But you don't want to brew something that's totally weird and people don't like. So it's what could we do within the IPA style that would still taste like IPA, but that has a little bit different, a little bit more experimental. So during the planning meeting, it was brought up that we could have some triticale malt donated. So we kind of started there. I kind of pushed the citrus zest pretty hard because it was going to be July, and I just wanted something super refreshing.
Yeah.
And that's just a nice way to kind of spice up an IPA. I mean, you get those notes from the hops anyway all the time. So it just kind of made sense to me to just kind of emphasize that a little bit. So we ended up using a juice strain in there, which doesn't flocculate, so it does kind of look a little bit hazy. And then, we zested and peeled 60 pounds of oranges, popped that in there. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. It's a nice,
it's incredibly delightful beer.
Yeah, we like it a lot.
And then how did you get hooked up with the different breweries to collaborate with?
Basically, there's just James already has the email. That's just a big thread of all the
Anyone
breweries,
who
and it was
interested.
just and I think if we hadn't done it before, maybe it was your turn. So, but there were some repeats, which was great. So it's just kind of whoever is interested and available and is honestly available on the collaboration day. And
so you get stuck with crap breweries like Bickerson's over
Oh, shade. Oh no. Oh, sorry, Frank. It wasn't me.
I really hope the microphone caught that in the background.
So Frank's been on the podcast before. Frank is actually my golfing partner. And I just want to be the official person to say that he sucks. His beer sucks. Anyway, do you want to be on the podcast, buddy? We'll have you next, all right?
So he gets a really low score. That's why he sucks?
Yeah.
And you're my golf partner.
Yeah, exactly. So that's awesome, though. So this is a delightful beer. I'm glad you guys got to run with this because the past couple years, for whatever reason, we have not participated in Eastside Beer Week. Normally, I'm a teacher, so I get summers off.
Sure.
So we're just off jetting around the world.
Yeah.
Boise
Well,
or
I
something.
think there may have been a little global situation that was happening that may have made things a little bit more complicated.
That's why
over
you
the
fly to
last
the
couple
Midwest where it
years.
never existed.
Yeah. There's a whole staying home
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one summer we all lost.
Or we just drank in parking lots.
Yeah, we definitely drank in a lot of parking
Right.
lots.
I had dinner in more weird places than ever, like takeout, and you're like, okay, we're in this area, and I'm an hour from home, so where should we eat?
Yeah.
It's
A lot
like,
of park
a lot of
picnics.
parks, a lot of in my car.
You just have to think of it as just tailgating. You spend an entire year tailgating. You're drinking in a parking lot. You're eating in a parking lot. But you're
Yeah.
just by yourself or with your significant other.
Yeah,
'cause that's
like
all you do.
really small tailgates.
Yeah,
Just me and my wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
the smallest.
the best tailgate. So, any fun news or anything you need to tell before we get out of here? For
Well, yeah,
Post
so
Talk?
like I said, I got 9 events going up, so I can kind of just give you the quick overview of all of them. We're obviously talking about the beer, so if you guys out there are interested where and when you can get it, it'll be on tap in our tap room Friday morning, the 22nd at 11 a.m. We'll have it in 4-packs to go as well. And then if you really want to treat, Dick's Food Truck will be here from 4:30 to 7:30 for the release. So come early if you don't want any lines. Come in the afternoon if you want burgers with your beer. So
Is this beer going to be distributed anywhere around the east side?
it's mostly going to the collaborating breweries,
Okay.
but there will be a few places here
So
and there
you'll be
that'll
able to
get
find it at Volition,
Yep.
Underground, Pickerson's.
Yep, Formula.
Formula.
Yeah.
Is it going to be at Pickerson's only in Renton, or is it going to be in Seattle too?
Oh, you have to ask Frank.
Oh, that's next.
Maybe next one. Yeah,
That's not east side
next-
over there.
The Renton one.
I don't know. So we live in Renton.
I consider that east side.
Do people in the east side, if we did a poll of people in Redmond, it'd be like, is Renton east side? Because there is an old comedy bit about this. What's the fuck this. I'm going to have to cut that part. God
Yeah,
damn it.
you can splice that in later.
Hold on. Let me see what minute there is.
All right, make it now.
It's almost live.
Yeah.
Where they like about the east side when they made the 425, they're like, Renton isn't east side.
Yeah. Well, you got some socials, right? You could put a poll out.
Yeah.
Tweet out a poll or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Is
Let me know, though.
Is Renton
so-
east side?
I just need to know if we need to kick Frank out. So
I'm in. All
just
in.
let me know. Yeah. So beer release on Friday. I kind of touched on the beer and cake pairing on the 23rd. Sunday the 24th, we're hosting a yoga class here in the brew house. That's at 11 a.m. There are tickets available for that. You can do just yoga, or you can buy a ticket that includes a beer as well. And then immediately following the yoga class, we're going to do a coffee beer tasting. So we'll have 5 beers on tap that all have coffee in them.
Okay.
Coincidentally, right next to us is a craft roaster. So we get literally the freshest coffee. I mean, they roast it, put it in a
Nice.
bag, and then walk it over here. So we have some of the best coffee beers around just
So you
because
have
of the
access to
freshness.
cake all you want,
Yep.
coffee all you want.
Yep.
There's going to be some dicks here.
Yep.
This is the dream.
coffee
This is all
make-
work. Like, this is just what I do.
And then people,
Yeah.
when you're done, just,
Coffee makes sense as a collaboration, though, because if you're going for your postdoc, you're probably staying up late working on your papers.
True. Yeah.
doing
Well, our
all that
original,
stuff,
yeah,
like-
our original coffee beer is called Cram Session, just for that very reason.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was our first ever coffee beer.
putting it all
I believe
together.
that's on tap at Brewmaster's Tap Room in Renton right now.
Is that one?
Entirely
Might
possible. Yeah, they're great customers of ours.
If
Yeah.
you can see, she's repping
saw it.
Brewmasters.
Yeah.
We're like Brewmaster number 12, I believe. There. So
Oh, are you? Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's our local watering hole. So we can have postdoc almost every day because you guys are a
Because they
permanent
have it
handle there.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they're
it's-
awesome. They're actually Mug Club members of ours, too.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they were. We have Port Fessers here, so they're our lifetime members.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, both Garrett and Marley.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I guarantee Marley has not had a beer here though.
Um,
Garrett, I would wager, has had many beers here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen Marley, but
She's too busy taking care of dogs.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I like to. She's my best friend. Her and I are best friends.
But you don't golf together.
No, she might disagree with that, but we're definitely best friends. We talk every day. We're best friends.
All right. Let's see here. So on Wednesday, we're going to have Wings Day. I'm very excited about this one. Our QT food truck is coming. They're going to do chicken wing and beer pairing. So they will be serving a box of 10 wings. You get 2 each of 5 different sauces. And then we'll have 5 beers on tap to pair with each one of those sauces. Thursday, the 28th, we're doing a beer and cheese pairing with Rachel Lucas, who's a local cheesemonger. Her Instagram handle is Cheese Lady Loves Wine Seattle. She does winery and breweries. She makes these incredible cheese boards.
She's responsible for this cheese plate that we had here
That's
tonight.
exactly it, yeah, which
this
was
very,
stunning.
very
I mean,
good.
she did a
Very,
phenomenal
very good.
job. Yeah. So for $40, you get 5 beers and a meat and cheese plate, and we'll do a guided tasting with her and I, and we'll kind of walk you through all the cheeses and all the beers. And we literally had a meeting here the other day. She brought 10 cheeses, and I poured 10 beers, and we just sat and ate and drank and talked and figured out which cheese we liked best with which beer.
That just sounds like my favorite way to drink and
Yeah,
eat
it was the best
cheese.
business meeting
Like,
I've ever
yeah,
had. I told her that
by
when I left.
far.
I'm like, yeah, let's make this a monthly thing. This meeting should not have been an email. So
Yeah, for
that was
sure.
great. And then Thursday, the 28th, we have trivia, just some taproom trivia. Thursday was trivia. Friday the 29th is a cheese pairing. Saturday the 30th is our 4th annual Bow Wow Barbecue. We partner with Dash, who's running around here. We are raising funds for Three Little Pitties, which is a local animal. Well, it's sort of local. So they take dogs that are strays in Texas and bring them to the Northwest and get them adopted. So they will have adoptable dogs on site.
Okay.
So you can meet them and try to form a relationship. And then if you're interested in adopting them, you can actually fill out an application right there. So
And we
that'll
can
be really
adopt
great.
beers too at that point.
Yeah,
right?
right. We're hoping that's
I
kind of the
don't.
thing.
I don't think he's gonna let me go to that event because I'm gonna go
We'll
home
come
with
home
a
with
dog.
7 dogs.
But you can adopt the beers.
Yeah.
You can adopt plenty of beers.
I think you're just renting.
Well, the
beers at
problem
that
with
point.
the more beers I have, the more dogs I'm going to adopt.
sure.
So
Yeah.
like it's cyclical.
We've already
for me.
looked at puppies today, so
Yeah.
this is
Now you need to look at some baby beers.
Yeah.
Drink some wort or something. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do. Postdoc will donate $1 per beer during the event to Three Little Pitties. We'll also have an auction and a raffle. So that'll be really awesome. And then we're gonna finish it up on July 31st. From 1 to 7, we're actually doing a pig roast here. So one of our
Ooh.
other food trucks, Tandem, they actually bought like a big spit grill, and they will have a pig on there, and $20 gets you a plate of pork. It'll be coleslaw, baked beans, dinner roll, potato salad. So yeah, that'll
that's
kind
right
of
up
be
your
the
alley,
capper.
Sam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This all sounds amazing to me.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
all-
so
each
you
one of
can,
these events outside of maybe the coffee one for me, it sounds like the most.
Well, they can do
delightful
yoga
ever.
then, so because those are on the same day.
Yeah, you don't have to drink the coffee
Yeah,
beers. You
you
can do
But
the
I
yoga.
can do the yoga.
Yeah.
Well, they want
And
is
you can
see
drink
me-
the beer.
Right.
The other beers, the
Exactly.
non-coffee beers.
Can I wear my Spanx when I'm doing yoga?
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
I think you can do whatever you want.
They just renamed Spanx to yoga pants, so everyone was cool with it.
Yeah.
It just sounded easier.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of everything we got going on. So if one of those events doesn't suit you, hopefully something else will. And if you haven't been here before, please come. We've got feels like hundreds of tables, but we got a beer garden with what do we got? 30 tables out there. We got a deck with it's also outside with another 6 tables. We got a tap room. We got a production area. So got tons of seating, 10 taps, food trucks every day. We carry cider.
Yeah.
We also have wine and mead. So we kind of got something for everyone.
And potentially
so.
the largest TV I've seen in a while.
It's only 87 inches. I feel like they go upwards these days, but it is large.
But it has baseball on. That's all you need in life right
Yes, yeah, and we got an outdoor TV too, which I think is super fun.
Ooh,
so.
that is
Yeah,
nice.
you're-
That
Yeah, you can
actually is
sit
good
out
to
in.
know.
My favorite thing is to clock off and grab a beer and watch the Mariners game outside in the
That is the
patio.
dream.
It's pretty legit. I dig
now.
it.
Now we have the All-Star game today, so
Yeah, exactly. Go Julio.
there we go.
All right.
France too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome, guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys so much for everything you've done to support the Eastside Beer Week, and appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you so much.
Go Mariners.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you?
Hey,
Are
how
you guys
are you
flirting
doing?
with each other while we do this?
We're doing a little bit, yeah.
This is weird that you guys aren't fighting.
No, we're not. We're not
How are,
bickering.
you, how are you not the Bickerson? This is the Loversons? Well, this
Yes.
is bull
yeah,
crap.
you guys are getting along
You're
way
still
too
not
well.
recording,
Nobody's.
are we?
We're getting
Everyone's
older,
really
and so the
confused.
Sean,
Bickersons
Holler when
is.
Talk
you're gonna
louder.
start recording. Holler when you're gonna fucking record, okay?
Right, we
cannot-
are 20 seconds in.
There you go. You already
Gosh,
used the F
darn
word
it.
one time.
Yeah.
Matthew.
I am not bleeping that out.
Yeah. Wow,
Everybody needs to
Sean
know
used
that
the
you're
F word right at
foul-mouthed.
the beginning.
Anyways, with us we have the Bickersons.
Yeah. And I feel like that was the appropriate start to this conversation.
So
Wow.
with us we have the owner and jack of all trades, Sean Bickerson. That's not your last name, but we'll just call you the Bickerson because people do need
Works
to
for me.
people
Yeah.
need to Google
Lady
you.
Bickerson.
Works.
Yeah.
for
And I
me.
can't say your weird Polish last name anyway.
Hey, you can call me whatever you want, Matthew.
Hey, Daddy.
As long as you
And the
call
other one
me.
we have just Frank.
It's
Yeah.
just Frank.
Frank's already technically been on this podcast because he
Frank,
yelled into the mic from a distance.
Frank, the maintenance person.
Yeah.
Remember,
and
he brews the beer.
I have to ask a hard question, and I hope it's not sad.
Hard question?
Is Simcoe okay?
Yes.
Simcoe's fine.
Simcoe's back?
She was back yesterday. I didn't see her today. She's been spending a lot of time at another brewery across the street.
Is she going to Lagunitas?
She is going to
Stop.
Lagunitas. Yeah.
So, sorry, this
So
is Eastside Beer Week.
We
This
might
is
want to
not-
clarify just here for the group
Yeah.
who Simcoe is.
Oh, I hope people by context figure that Simcoe's a cat.
Simcoe
and
is
not
a
like
cat.
just the worker.
Just like a
Yeah.
sad person that comes to the brewery.
yes.
That'd be a
that they
great name for
lost.
just a ram. I
She
mean,
is our brewery cat, yes.
She's our
Simcoe-
brewery cat in Ballard. Yes.
but
We
this
have
is,
2 locations.
This is Eastside Beer Week, though. We're going to have you
Yes.
guys on to talk Ballard. We're not going to talk Ballard today.
No, we're talking
Ballard,
Renton.
Schmallard,
Brenton, this is.
Ballardia, no.
Do you guys feel the
Renton?
Renton's part of the East Side?
I think so. I think it's right at the cusp. I think as you get down towards.
Where else is it? You think it's the south?
South End?
No, I
No,
don't
it's
think
right
it's
off
the
the
south.
Do you
I
think?
mean-
What do you think? What does
A
Renton have more
405,
common
not
with?
405 and
Newcastle
990.
or
Yeah.
Kent?
Who,
We're right in the
Renton?
middle,
Yeah,
honey.
what
We got the
has
best
more
of both
common with
worlds.
Newcastle or Kent? Those are the two neighboring cities.
Got the best of both. We're Renton. We
Yeah.
It kind of
like
depends on
Renton.
what part of Renton you're in, I think.
Yeah, if you're in the Highlands, that's Newcastle. If you're
Yeah.
in downtown, it's probably Kent.
I can't meet
But-
no one person from Newcastle will say Renton's part. of
Well, no,
Newcastle.
but I think
As someone who
downtown
grew up in Newcastle,
No one
just
has
saying
to
right now,
downtown
claim
might
us. We
downtown
don't need
might
to be
be
claimed.
closer to Tukwila than Kent.
I would say that you're true with that. It's probably
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
or even more Seattle.
So is
Yeah.
Tukwila part of the East Side?
No,
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 I think
South.
that's south because
That's south.
Tukwila is mostly on the south side of 405.
I lived in Tita de Illa at some point. It was fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
yeah.
So, anyways,
No, we're-
thanks for
we're-
being on the podcast.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you're
having
welcome.
us
Talk
here.
geography.
And that's it, guys. That's all we got for them.
So, Frank,
Yes, sir.
how did you get involved with Eastside Beer Week? That's what people want to know.
Well, James, reached out and see if Bickerson's wanted to be a part of it, and we said yes. I mean, we're an Eastside Beer Week. That's where our headquarters is. That's where we started. And we said, sure, we would love to be a part of this.
Where we initially lost our minds.
Yeah.
Where we once sat in a very empty Bickerson's
Yeah,
brew house.
a very empty old Starbucks.
and met you guys for the first time, and here you are golfing with me a couple times a year, and we do tournaments together.
Yes. Yes.
You
I wish you'd
fucked
play
up.
better in
You-
tournaments,
God
but
damn it. Hey, you
I mean,
won us $22 last
I did.
couple
I
weeks ago.
did. Yeah, it was because of my first round.
Where's my cut of that?
You
you
want
don't
a cut
get
of
it.
that $22 that we
Yeah, I
split?
do.
That's like $4. I don't
I'll
do math.
take it.
I'm not a math teacher.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, so they reached out and asked you, and then did you have any say of what the recipe was going to be, or you just
Well,
what did you bring to the collaboration
Yeah,
besides
that was gonna
screwing
be my
up?
question.
You showed up with
There's-
a water bottle and
I heard you
a
screwed up.
sticker.
Yeah. So we had a planning meeting here, I guess 6 weeks ago, and kind of went over like what we were thinking. I think I brought maybe a thought about a grain to use that.
You brought a thought.
Yeah, like, hey, have we ever used has anyone used Triticale before? I've
I've
used
heard
it.
of this, by the way.
What?
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah,
Triticale.
Triticale. So it's a malt by Skagit Valley. I've used it in a few beers in Renton, and I said, well, we can use this, and everyone's researching. Yeah, I think that would go great.
What is it traditionally used in?
It's it's kind of it helps with body. It's a hybrid, so it's a barley/rye hybrid. So
Would it make my body look nicer?
I was refraining from body comments.
Okay, yeah.
Are you body shaming
So
me?
it gives you
Yeah.
more of a
You're body
mouth
shaming me.
feel.
Yeah, kind of gives you more of a mouthfeel with just
We
a
just like to say
a
mouthfeel.
little, that rye has a little spice, but it's more for body. So I kind of brought that up, and then we were kind of talking about, hops and yeast and things like that. And I said, well, I
some
played a little
ingredients
around
in
with
beer.
some experimental hops. Maybe we should look at experimental hops, and then we ended up going with I think it was the HBC 630. So nice citrus kind of hop that we brought.
Did you
So
pass on
it was kind of
629?
I think with all 4 of us or 5 of us. Sorry, there's 5 of us. I think we all kind of just brought a little piece to it, and probably the Triticale would be the biggest part that we brought in.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't
you
bring
don't
in
talk, yeah?
anything.
Yeah,
I didn't
Sean,
get
what
to
did
come,
you
I didn't
do?
hang out. I didn't do anything. I didn't get to help brew. Nothing.
Yes.
You just brought the good
I
looks.
think you
Sure.
offered a big part of the table by holding down the Renton location.
Oh, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Me and
Sean's been
Kristen.
holding down the Renton location. Yes.
Kristen hold it down. I help support.
So while
Yes.
he's over here just peeling fruit, you were working hard.
Of course
Yeah.
I was. I'm
Yeah.
always working hard. He drinks beer and golfs. Remember? You just covered that.
Do you want to
But he
golf
makes
later,
the
or what's
beer.
going on?
Son of a no.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How
We'll
dare
get
you.
we'll get golfing soon again.
There you go.
Yeah. Once my elbow heals.
Yeah, your tennis elbow.
Yeah.
It's golf we're playing. We're not playing
It's-
tennis.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to hit the ball with your elbow.
No, I
You
know.
have clubs.
I know. I'm not very smart.
You've seen him swing before. Come on, it's not the
Okay.
same thing.
I just brew beer. I'm not very smart.
So when are we going to have you on for a full podcast, though?
Well, we'll have to schedule that and get it on. I thought we what are we going to talk about? More Renton
Just talk
or
about the opening of the Ballard
The
location.
Ballardia location.
Hey, the
Yeah.
Ballardia
But that's
location.
not what Seattle Eastside Beer Week is about.
So we'll schedule.
It's
another
not.
one.
We'll have to schedule it and find a time with that.
Did
Yeah.
you see that, or did you? We know this, but I don't know if you heard this or not. All 3 breweries in Renton are participating in Eastside Beer Week.
That is awesome.
That I
Yeah,
love.
I saw
Renton,
that.
only 100% of Renton breweries
Yeah,
are
Fabulous.
participating.
yeah. I saw that 4 Generals in Dubtown are doing a 5K run.
That's a really short run between the two.
I know. I was like,
I don't
could
know
do
how
that.
many
No
times
one
you're going to
wanted
go
to
back
run
and
up the
forth
hill?
to get 5K.
They're
That's
just
a lot of
literally
times back and forth.
I would say 2 blocks apart from each other.
if
Yeah.
even like a block and a half.
Yeah.
Because even going to your house and back to them, it wouldn't be 5K.
We're a 9-minute walk.
Yeah.
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 Or like a 3-minute scoot.
Yeah.
I was told that I can scoot this 5K.
Can you scoot the 5K?
I'm
You
going to
can
scoot
do
the
whatever
5K.
you want, Matthew.
I wonder if it's going to start. I mean, this is purely conjecture, and for anyone who doesn't live in Renton, it's not going to be interesting. But like, if it starts at Four Generals and then goes up the Cedar River Trail and around the library and around Liberty Park and then back to
I
Dubtown.
bet they incorporate
might
the
be.
Renton Loop at some point, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
probably
incorporate the
something
Renton
like
Loop.
that.
That's going to be weird when you're running down Rainier Avenue, but it's fine.
I've run
That's
down
fine.
Rainier Avenue. It's
Yeah, why are
fine
you
if
gonna
it's.
be weird?
I mean, I don't, because Rainier Avenue is very pretty.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, there's a lot
When
of
you're
cars.
when you're running past the CVS and the O'Reilly Auto Parts and the wherever you rent furniture from.
Yeah.
I think it's in Aaron's, right? Is that
I
where you
gotta
rent
find
furniture?
a couch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows? I mean,
Maybe you can rent a couch.
You
guys
might be
have
able
a couch
to.
at the Bauer
Someone on the
location.
5K might say, "I need a couch," and they can get it right there. Who knows?
business
Yeah.
idea.
There we
Couch
go.
to 5K.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we figured it out.
We're gonna do. We have Friday
You
the
are brilliant,
release
Matthew.
of the Eastside Beer Week at Bickerson's Renton. We're also going to release it in Ballard as well, but we'll stick to. I know. Can you believe it?
I
know.
specifically asked that question to James if it was going to be released at the Bauer location.
Yeah.
Because
Did-
that's not Eastside.
It's not Eastside. Well, we're going to do it. We're going to bring some Eastside to the West
the
Side.
West Side?
We are the glue,
bridge.
the
Oh, you-
paperclip that brings Eastside and West Side together.
The
that's
paperclip? Did
I
you say
like the
paperclip?
paperclip.
It holds things together.
well, it holds things together, doesn't it?
I'm on Frank's side
Right?
on this
You
one.
could pull East Side and West Side, and you put a paper clip, and it holds it together. I mean, glue works well. I mean, you could use tape. You can use many
Paper clips
things.
are reusable. He's
Yeah.
all
But you
recycling.
can only use
Wow.
office supplies.
Oh,
Only.
there we go.
like no
Um,
bridges.
And then
Nothing else.
There's
uh,
a bridge that connects the East Side.
Yeah, and
There's
then
a couple of them. Just a couple.
and then Friday we're also releasing our new summer lager. Be
The
Light
elves have
Summer
gone too far?
Lager. No, the elves is going to be later. It's going to come back. Matt.
That's a winter.
Don't
That's a
worry.
winter lager right
It's
there.
a winter lager.
The elves are
So,
retirement.
and
right
then our new version of our Hefeweizen, our Hefew 2020, we're releasing fruited versions on Friday for the kickoff.
So
now, which is called.
I'm gonna
Heffing
give
Pet
you
Me.
some flavor profiles, and you can tell me if it's gonna be there.
Yes.
Is there gonna be any banana?
No,
No.
banana,
Oh my God. Any clove?
no clove.
Any bubble gum?
No.
No, that's a Weiss beer.
That's just when I.
That's
taste,
another beer that'll be releasing. Yes,
I mean,
and-
for those who love Hefeweizens, more power to you. but-
yes.
Well, he's doing a
But no,
fruited
it's our
Hefeweizen.
fruited Hefeweizen, so it's an American hef that's been fruited. Yeah, so we got that. We have trivia next Thursday that will be part of Eastside Beer Week. I believe we have food trucks both Fridays of Eastside Beer Week. So the Beta Tacos will be at Renton both Fridays of Eastside Beer Week.
I hear really good things about that food truck.
It's
They're really yummy.
yeah, they're very yummy. Their nachos are like top notch. So if you like Beta Tacos, take the Beta meat over the nachos. It's pretty amazing.
The tacos are super yummy.
Yeah.
The ramen is yummy.
Yummy.
The nachos
Can-
are yummy.
Wait, the
I can't-
ramen?
Yes, there's
They
ramen.
do Beta ramen. Yeah.
Is this like your weird food truck in Seattle?
No,
that
it's
does
awesome.
the
It's
Irish-
a great food truck.
Irish Cuban sandwich.
No, that's on Saturdays in there. But yeah, so we have some beer releases, trivia, and food trucks for our release of Eastside Beer Week.
Sounds like everything's coming up Bickerson's right now.
We're we hope so.
The cat's back. You
Cat's
have
back,
food truck
Simcoe's back,
with
yes.
ramen.
Yeah, we had an employee draw Simcoe on one of our A-frames outside, and it actually looks like Simcoe on the A-frame, like in
Oh.
chalk marker. It's
Do you
pretty
want
awesome.
our Simcoe there
Impressive.
too, or no?
Well, you could bring your Simcoe. We can have battling Simcoes.
We're not
your
having a
Simcoe's-
cat fight.
They would 100% battle each other.
Yeah.
Your Simcoe's
You'd
missing
have
part of
like
his
a
ear.
partial ear Simcoe and a partial
Partial
blind
eye.
Simcoe. So it'd be like,
He's not partially blind. He's just missing one eye.
That's why I said partial eye.
Yeah.
Your poor kitty.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else coming up, Bickerson's, before we have more interesting people come on?
yeah, no, not for Renton. That's going to take us through the Eastside Beer Week. Unfortunately, we're not part of the Kirkland Summerfest at the end of there.
Can you just go to Pop Culture and just have your beer be poured there?
our beer is at Pop Culture. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another
Yeah.
Eastside beer plug.
Another Eastside Beer Plug putting it in there.
Business.
Yeah, we have a wedding and an anniversary that weekend, so we just can't be in so
Congratulations,
many
you guys
places.
finally getting hitched, huh?
Yeah.
And your anniversary on that same day too. It's
On the
beautiful.
same day.
Perfect.
That's what we're celebrating. Yeah. So, well, thank you for having us on.
Oh, fuck off.
That was Sean's
That
line.
was Matthew.
Oh, that was Sean.
Yeah,
Definitely Sean said that.
look forward to having you guys on again to talk more about the expansion to the east side. I think there's probably a lot to talk about there, but we'll do that another day and
Yes.
focus on the east side today. So
Eastside Beer
All right.
Week today.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Frank. Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Sean.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Lovely people.
All right, so tell me about what you're drinking right now.
The beer I'm drinking is the Reactive Measures from Postdoc Brewing. It is a coffee stout. And then I make these great little beer marshmallows. I use the same beer when I make the marshmallow. And what I did was toasted it with a blowtorch over a toothpick and placed it as a garnish and dipped it in my beer because I want that marshmallow flavor in there.
That looks amazing.
It
I think
is
I
so
might,
good.
I might have to do that afterward. We just stole one of the marshmallows off of your table, so
Perfect.
Anyway, so we should probably introduce you at this point. So I think we were just talking to your husband recently, and you are...
I'm Jess. I'm the owner of Craft Beer Bakery. Very new beer-infused and inspired cake company.
All right.
I think everything you do, the words that you describe, I assume you just do magic.
Yeah.
And there's beer marshmallows.
Yep.
There's beer infused cake that we have. That might be the most delicious thing I've ever had.
Yeah,
Is
it does
voodoo
come
or
with
is
a
it
lot of magic and a lot of practice and failure, probably, if we're being honest. But most of the time, yeah, a lot of just really playing. It's just playing with different flavors and different combinations, and it's really fun. Like, it's the most fun I've had working at all. Just being able to combine two things I love, beer and cake.
Beer and cake
Who
is
doesn't
a
love
great
cake, right?
combination.
I've already gone off on this weird
Tangent
orgasm
about it,
explosion
yeah.
of words.
Yeah, I
so-
think cake people, people think they're not cake people until they have cake that's really good.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, cake can be better than the store-bought
Yeah.
cake from Safeway.
I
No,
was gonna
no shame
say-
to Safeway. They have their place. But fun cake is totally a thing, and it's very cool.
Yeah. So the cake we had here tonight was a lemon cake with I think you had a simple syrup and then was it a meringue or what's the marmalade?
There's an orange marmalade.
Marmalade, okay.
Which is made with the beer as well, and that has some lemon in it to kind of balance it out. And then the frosting is an ermine frosting, sort of if you've heard of boiled milk frosting or flour frosting. It's a very traditional kind of old school frosting style. It's still a buttercream, but you cook some flour with your sugar, and you kind of make a roux out of it, and then you can put it into your actual butter part of the frosting. And it just makes it really an interesting texture. It kind of has more of a whipped cream texture, a little bit sweeter almost. But yeah, it's just a really fun and interesting frosting. And then, of course, there's a little piece of beer candied orange peel on top.
Excellent. So is the beer candied orange peel, is that where you put most of the beer into the candy or into the cake or?
Possibly that one and the marmalade, because
Okay.
both of them have to soak in the beer for overnight, basically. I soak those oranges in the beer and then some sugar as well. And then the next day I pull them out. So yeah, you're getting the most beer out of those flavors because there's the fewest ingredients to kind of cover up the rest of it. So yeah, you're going to get it in the beer, candied orange peel, and the marmalade. I think that the lemon curd on its own, when you have it, is a lot more beer forward. But when it's mixed in with the other stuff, it drowns out a little bit because it does get more tart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome.
This sounds like magic.
And
This
then,
is magic.
and are most of the creations that you make, are they beer infused too?
Yeah, everything I have for Craft Beer Bakery is beer infused, or it's inspired by beer. Sometimes it's hard to add beer to a physical cake, and it's much easier to add it to jams or simple syrups and things like that to sort of bring out the flavor, and the rest is sort of complementary.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. And then what gave you the idea to do this?
Well, when I was in culinary school, I was looking for sort of my thing, something fun that I wanted to do. I got a little bit bored of all the things that they were assigning us. So I decided to start putting beer in everything that I made. I made beer marshmallows in culinary school, 9 years ago or whatever it was. And I made beer marshmallows back then, too. And I thought, this is fun. No one's doing this. There's a market for this. This is cool. And so I've been just playing with it ever since. And I think all my friends and family would tell you it's been a long time coming, that I've worked on it for a really long time. And they're like, finally, you're launching and you're selling it. And it's been a really fun community to be part of. So I think that the whole thing comes full circle.
And then do you do your cakes like made to order, or
How do we get these things?
yeah, how would somebody find your products?
You can go to Craft Beer Bakery on Instagram, and you can DM me if you want to order a whole cake, or you can look on my website, craftbeerbakery.com, and you can see the menu and the full range of what you can order and the pricing. And then you just shoot me an email, shoot me a DM, whatever it is. If you see me at a pop-up, you can definitely order then. And a lot of it's been word of mouth and people saying, oh my gosh, I had your cake at a friend's birthday party, and how do I get one? So it's a lot of Instagram, honestly. And it's been easy to do it that way. But yeah, whole cakes, you can mix and match kind of flavors, but I have a set menu that most people go off of.
Awesome. Cool. And then you are doing a pairing for Eastside Beer Week too, right?
Yes, it's on Saturday the 23rd at noon. And it's a cake and beer pairing. I'll go over the menu with you. It's kind of lengthy, but
yeah.
The first one is the beer I already talked about, so the Eastside Beer Week, paired with the lemon cake, orange marmalade, the ermine frosting, all that good stuff. And then the next one is going to be sort of a play on cherry lime. So it has the lab partner cherry gozas, the sour made by Postdoc Brewing. And it goes with the vanilla cake, a cherry goza jam that has bits of fresh Rainier cherries in it, lime buttercream, and a maraschino cherry on top. And then I have a dessert stout. Cheat day is paired with, this is the best one, is a chocolate cake. But underneath each layer of chocolate cake, I put the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
Ooh.
Like a crust almost
Oh, wow.
under each
Okay,
layer.
I thought that the cherry goza was going to be hard to beat, but all
No,
right.
this one I think will be probably the stunner. And then it will have like a chocolate beer sauce, some cinnamon, brown sugar, cream cheese frosting.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And then the last one is the coffee extremis, which is going to be paired with a coffee-soaked vanilla cake. It has an Oreo cookie crumble and a mascarpone cream cheese frosting, and then I'm going to put a little bit of salted beer caramel on top. Why not?
Oh, that sounds great.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else or anywhere else people can find you if they're looking for you?
I'm super open to coming to new breweries. So if you're an owner or if you like a brewery and you want me to be at your brewery for a beer and cake pairing, then hit me up, hit them up, and we can get it going.
All right.
Fantastic. Hey,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
All right.
me.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
All right, we're back.
Yeah. All right.
So with us, we have the brewery that probably most people haven't heard about yet. So I think people will be most excited to hear about. But we have Jason from Underground Brewing.
Hey.
Nice
to meet
get
everybody.
closer to that mic. Come on.
Sorry.
You can tilt it up too. There.
It's a little bit aimed towards my daughter.
Yeah.
That's
She's 7
fine.
Years old. And she wants to be a part of this.
Does she want to say hi?
Say hi, Jane.
Hi.
Hi.
And she, you know what? She already
Yep.
sounded the best out of everybody so far.
Yep.
She's
By
so-
far. Yeah.
You have a future in podcasting.
She didn't think so.
So you guys are so underground that when we were on our way up here, we were kind of looking up you guys because we hadn't heard a lot about you guys. And there's almost no information on your website about where you're
Location.
You guys
located,
are legit on the
what you're
underground.
doing, what your mission is. So are you comfortable sharing some of that information?
We're
Is this like a speakeasy type thing?
I would say speakeasy would cover a lot, but we're close to the lake, Cottage Lake, and yeah, it's underground because we're not trying to be out there for everybody. We're just there for the people that care about us, and the people that care about us are a lot of Teamsters, UPS drivers, specifically our neighborhood and our community are the driving force for why we're still making beer.
So you're like the definition of like a local neighborhood brewery. Like
Yeah.
you serve a purpose of the people you want, and that's
Yeah, I mean the mission statement's on our growler. We're trying to bring people together, community, and everything for the love of beer. At the
That's
end of the
awesome.
day, it's just more about community, people, families, children as well, not just old adults.
So how did you come about starting your brewery then?
I've been brewing since I was 19. Yes, before you could drink it.
Oh, that's it's legal to.
I think it's
to
legal
brew
to
it.
brew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Homebrew shop hooked us up, and I've been buying stuff and just making all kinds of crazy beers. I worked through the 80 styles from Jamil Zainashev, and that was to me how I learned how to make a lot of the great beers that we're making, because there was a style guideline for beers that would win Nikasi awards or whatever, and I wanted to brew them, replicate them, to learn to be on that level, and so I've been lucky to make a few beers that taste good.
Yeah, so I got lucky enough. Frank from Bickerson's brought over a little sample of your beer, and it's very, very good. It's a very clear,
So he told me,
crispy beer.
He said it was a pale ale, then he set it down, and it was the clearest looking pale ale I've ever seen in my life. Did I have a pale ale, or did I have something else?
I would refer to it as like a session pale.
Okay.
We trying to make stuff that you can drink a lot of, because it's that time of the year where you can drink a few.
So you're trying to make crushable beers for us.
Yeah. Most of my family, like my UPS crew, they're about drinking a few, and we talk and we have more conversation. And when you talk a lot, you drink a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 1 + 1 = 2, and these are the things that we're trying to brew all the time. Is like beers that are desirable, drink a few, spend time together.
I mean, that's kind of always like the dream of having a brewery or having beers with your friends, is being able to like actually sit down and have more than one beer and enjoy your time together. So I think that's a awesome kind of mission statement and going in policy. So how did you get hooked up with Eastside Beer Week then? Like, because you are flying really under the radar. And you're seeming to make some really good beers. So, did you want to get yourself out there a little bit more, or?
I would just have to say, at the end of the day, the greatest things are relationships with people. And Tom Schmidlin, the owner of Postdoc, I got to meet him through a friend, Evan Burke, at the Malt and Vine, Doug Engler's store down the road, and we got to just being a part of like home brewing early on before I was a business or anything like that, and the beers were about the beers at that point in time in my life, and I got to know Tom before he was a doctor, before he had anything to give that was like great to everything. And so knowing Tom Schmidlin and being a part of this is just a networking thing of a lot of good time spent between people who make good beer.
All right, now that your daughter has a microphone in her hand, do you have any hard-hitting, do you anything you want to talk about? Have you helped your daddy make any beers at all? Have you helped him?
Yes, I have helped him doing stuff in the brewery and everywhere at our house, and I'm not just in my room just laying down on my bed. I'm actually just helping and playing.
That's fantastic. Are you going to be a brewer someday?
Yes.
Just like your daddy? Yeah?
Yeah?
We do need more female brewers in the industry.
I'm all for that.
I have another daughter, and she's wearing the brewery boots that I wear. She stands in a picture that I told once upon a long time ago she could one day own this. I feel like Jalen's just capable of that too. She's a builder. She loves to build anything like I do. She's absorbing a lot of stuff and skills, and so one day, I don't know if any of my children will actually want to fill the shoes as the Facebook posts, but there's opportunities for them, and I don't know if they'll take them.
There's just having the option and the chance to do so. That's fantastic, and I love that she's helped out, and it's a lot of fun seeing your kid on there helping with you, and
they grow. The funny story is behind Underground Brewing that you might not know and nobody else knows is the brewery being established with the the TTB, the national the liquor control board. It's been established at the same time that she was born. Like on my paternity leave, I put 5 weeks into starting the brewery as well as starting her life, and so she's as old as the brewery.
Hey, that's pretty amazing.
So yes, you're the legacy then, aren't you?
I think so, maybe. Like, I built it and had a kid or something, you know?
I build mostly with cardboard, but until I grow more, then I'll do it with wood and everything else that's really in life, not just made from anything from life.
Oh, there you go.
Jalen's very resourceful. Like, anything that's left over, she'll turn into something awesome. It's a trait that I remember when I was a little kid having, but I think she's one-upping me because she's got more materials that are greater than I had.
You're already a better carpenter than I will ever be. You have more skills and talent. I'm so bad with building anything, so I am already jealous and envious of you. You are so cool.
I also want to say that my daddy is really good at doing the brewing, and I know that he's going to take care of everybody and everyone with his skills.
That's the most adorable thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
I'm crying.
Yeah, that might be the best thing we've ever done right
Oh, my
there.
goodness. Thank you so much for that. That was so good. So, okay, now I'm crying. That's so adorable. Anyways, let's get back to beer here. So, anything going down at... So, is there a way to find your beer anywhere besides being a UPS member? Can we... Besides, I guess this is maybe the Eastside Beer Week, the first time we can have your beer. Is there any other places we can get you?
At this moment in time, like, it's what family can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're always family first, neighborhood, community first, and all these things. And so it's been refreshing and rewarding to be supported by a small group of people that have always put us first, and we've just haven't had to go outside of that, but we haven't tried or strived for anything more. So I think things are going to change. I really feel like this Eastside Beer Week moment with Tom, like, honestly, when Tom reached out to me and said, "Hey man," and James Wagner, man, the bearded gentleman, has been a really good guy in keeping us in the game, and there's enough stuff going on in our lives right now to keep us detracted, but we want to do this, and this is a great moment, and we stand on this platform looking to do greater things in the future.
Well, I'm hoping to find your beer and have some more of it, because what I had was delightful.
Yeah,
That was good stuff. So
I hope we don't get busted in the future for making beers that everybody likes, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, what kind of beer is this? Does this fall in the style guideline?" And I'm gonna be like, "No, it's I made this because this is what I think people want to drink."
this is technically not a Kolsch, so I don't know if I can drink this.
I hope I know. My session pale had a little bit of Pilsner malt, but
I'm gonna throw it up now. Thank you. Sorry, I can't have that.
Making the Elsner.
Just keep making beers that are delightful, and people will come.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing a really cool thing with your community and with your neighborhood and with your family. So, I think there's probably going to be more to come, and I hope that we'll get to see you again soon in the future.
Yeah, it's been a journey. That's the one thing that I would want to say, and overall, is that there's never a dull moment. There's lots of challenges. It's hard to be a small part of the community because the financial side doesn't always favor us, but like the passion and the drive, and when we make beer, it's great. And I wish there were more of us, people that make small amounts, that are driving and striving for different, like, small characters and things like that, because that would be good for the progression of beer.
Oh, for sure. And I'm always really excited to see new and up and coming people in the brewing industry. As little as they may be right now, going to be big guys one day. So
I don't know, Jalen. She could potentially be
the next big brewer. We don't know.
Yeah. And I would definitely say hats off. I salute all the women who are in the brewing industry, because it seems like it's unfair.
It's a very male-driven business.
Yeah. There's a stigma and stuff. And so if my daughter rises to be a brewer one day in the industry, I'm going to beat everybody up.
My bold prediction, you're going to be better than Steve Luke someday. And that means nothing to you now, but maybe someday it might mean something. And that'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's something you put in your back pocket.
There you go. You heard it here first.
All right.
All right, so thank you so much for coming on, both of you. Mm-hmm. Anything more you want to add before you get off? No? Just want to say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Anyways, Jason, thank you for so much coming on.
Yep.
It's my pleasure. I'm very grateful to be
glad
here.
we scared you to coming on, too. I saw you running away at one point, so.
I got in trouble with Tom. It wasn't running away. I was getting lectured.
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a good rest of your night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So this is our last interview of this Eastside Beer Week, extravaganza that we've had here.
I know.
And this is my favorite one because we have Andy and Dash, who's the star of the show right now.
Dash, who's already made an appearance on our Instagram and had a big following out of that.
Yeah, so what's going on with Dash here? Dash, how is Dash so famous besides being so damn adorable?
Well, Dash is he's an 11-year-old golden retriever. He is claim to fame as he held a hot dog at a Mariners baseball game 2018. I took a photo. A gal sitting in the section behind us took a video. They went viral overnight.
It's just eating a hot dog or holding a hot dog?
Holding a hot dog. He did get to eat at the end.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Because he's a good boy, so that's his reward. And then overnight he got 1,000 followers. He had 10,000 followers by the end of the week.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
And
there's probably a chance I follow Dash.
Now he's at 51,000 followers. So
that is a very famous dog.
I mean, and people are like, how'd your dog get famous? I'm like, it's completely an accident. You know, it's like lightning in a bottle. You couldn't plan for it. You couldn't script it, but that's how it happened. So.
And then you're involved with Eastside.
We know the folks at Woodinville Wine Country, James, and we've been involved with Flat Stick here for 7.5 years since they've been open. Dash was their first Pup of the Month and Pup of the Year. So.
There you go. What is Dash's Instagram account?
It's dash.dog.
That's
dash.dog? Perfect.
We got in early, so we were able to get the preferred
the dash.
hashtag.
Sorry, it's not a dash. It's DASH.
Period.
Dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period. Dash. Period. Dot dog. So yeah.
And then I heard that Dash was the first postdoc dog of the month, and then the first postdoc dog of the year.
That
too?
is correct.
It has a crown to prove it.
And has a crown.
They gave him when he was crowned Pup of the Year. They gave him a crown, and so he's kind of the postdoc pup emeritus. We come to the annual crowning of the postdoc pup of the month.
It's royalty, nobility.
Yeah,
And you know what? Dash deserves every second of it because Dash is just a good pup.
He is a very good boy.
Was he a runner with you too?
Dash used to run.
Yeah, I imagine at 11 probably not running as much nowadays.
He's just enjoying retirement.
His golden years, yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a golden retriever. He has golden years, so he enjoys them. But yeah, he used to run with me like 5Ks and, stuff like that. But now he's a bit older, and, he enjoys shorter distances. He enjoys shorter dashes.
Yeah.
So if you go on Instagram, you'll see that there's a good picture of Dash. How do you get him to are golden retrievers that obedient where they can just pop up and let you do whatever you want, like put stuff on their head? Because our dog, who's an Akita, doesn't deal with that. He says no.
I mean, I don't know that all golden retrievers are as well behaved or as patient as Dash. I kind of think I won the dog lottery with Dash. But I think Goldens are one of the more patient or trainable breeds. But that doesn't mean that other breeds aren't. So it just depends on the dog. So.
I mean, our dog is terribly unwell behaved, and I think we've won the dog lottery with him. So
I mean, when I got Dash from, I got him from a breeder, and they did like a questionnaire, like, what do you like? What kind of dog are you looking for? Like an active dog, a talking dog.
Mm-hmm.
What activities do you like? And they tried to match you up with the best dog available from the litter. And as far as I'm concerned, they did a fantastic job.
So you've had him as a puppy, though?
Yeah, I got him at 8 weeks.
Oh.
So he's been my buddy for...
That's a good boy.
11 and a half years almost. So.
Oh.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
All right, so follow dash.dog. And then are you normally here? If we want to find Dash in the wilderness, where do we find Dash?
I mean, there's a good chance we'll be at Postdoc. We're at Postdoc often.
Okay.
We're at one of the Flat Stick pubs often.
Kirkland or
Usually at Kirkland, but we also go to Pioneer Square
okay.
quite a bit. If there's a dog-friendly or a dog event like Bark at the Park or something going on downtown.
Mm-hmm.
We also go to like Ballard a lot, Urban Family.
At Urban Family, there's always a bulldog that's sitting at the bar.
Urban Family.
Makes
We
me
also
happy.
like
Stoop
Bale
across-
Breaker.
yeah,
Bale Breaker is
Mhm.
great. Stoop. Ballard's very dog.
You have
Oh,
your
for
myriad
sure.
of bars and breweries to choose from there, and it's
You
delightful.
it's hard to. Yeah, you have to plan your trip to Ballard because there's so many to choose from. So.
Yeah, we had a friend who just did a dog's first birthday out at the, the dog yard right next to
The dog yard is very
right next to the new Bickersons
It's a
and
great spot.
Lagunitas out there. So, had a whole like birthday party for their dog for a 1-year-old dog. So that seemed like a lot of fun.
That would be. We've been to dog yard several times. For Dash's birthday, which is January 9th, we always have a party at Postdoc. So
Very cool.
There you go. January 9th, come to Postdoc, hang out with
January
Dash.
9th or whichever weekend is the Saturday closest to January 9th. So.
And then as a 5K runner, is there anything that you wanted to promote coming up or get out there?
I mean, there's always plenty of 5Ks to do. We do a lot of charity fundraising, but you can, and it kind of changes depending on what we're doing or what our friends are doing. If you go to donatewithdash.com, we usually have a link set up to whatever our friends or we are fundraising for at the moment. So
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, cool. We will make sure that we have that linked somewhere. And anything else or?
Well, it's good having you on. Good having Dash on.
Thanks very much. Nice to meet you
Thank
guys.
You,
Yeah.
thank you so
Cheers.
much,
Thanks
Cheers.
so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.